The Judiciary of the Gambia on Wednesday swore in 3 newly appointed first-class magistrates for the lower courts during a ceremony at the High Court complex in Banjul. The newly sworn-in magistrates are Michelle Mendy, Abubakar Fofana and Binta Sow. In addition, Mr. Kemo Kante was also sworn in as a Justice of the Peace during the event. The ceremony was attended by members of the Supreme Court, the Judicial Service Commission, the Gambia Bar Association and other judicial officers. In his remarks, Honorable Chief Justice Hassan B. Jallo emphasized that the appointment of the magistrates is part of the judiciary's ongoing efforts to strengthen the justice delivery system in the country.
Your appointments today and your swearing in is part of the process in the judiciary for strengthening the capacity of our courts. We are looking forward to the appointment of more local magistrates in order to make sure that the subordinate courts themselves continue to operate efficiently, in fact, much more efficiently. We need more magistrates, especially if they are Gambians, who will stay on within the service, hopefully until retirement or elevation to the higher bench when they are suitable, if and when they are suitable. So we'll continue the process to look for more magistrates. As you are aware, His Excellency the President has recently appointed through 3 Gambians to the High Court as judges. The process there will also continue to strengthen the capacity of the High Court. We are expecting very shortly, by next week, an additional judge from Nigeria on technical assistance for the High Court. And so we will hopefully start the term next week with 4 new judges for the High Court. That should make a considerable difference in the administration of justice. It will only do so, of course, not because of the numbers, but if people apply themselves to their tasks, and they do so honestly and fairly and diligently.
He acknowledged the challenges in adjudicating cases and urged the newly appointed magistrates to be punctual and handle cases expeditiously to avoid delays in the system.
For the magistrates, of course, the magistracy or adjudicating is a very difficult and challenging task. We are confident, following your appointments and your attachments, that you will live up to your respective mandates. It's a very difficult task, as I said, to adjudicate. You have to make some very difficult decisions, but that's part of your job as judicial officers. And what is important in this respect is for you to have a reasonable knowledge of the law, which we are confident you have, and that's why you've been selected. But don't rest on your laurels, as they say. You have to continue keeping abreast of the law in order to be able to perform your tasks competently. It's important that you are diligent at your work as well, because the workload will be heavy. It is, and it will continue to be heavy. You'll have many, many cases to deal with. Punctuality, diligence, and attendance to your work is very, very important. Try to avoid delays in the hearing and determination of the cases that are before you. For as they say, justice delayed is justice denied, and justice is sweetest when it is freshest, as they say. The earlier you do your case and finish with it, the better for yourself and for the parties and for the whole system of governance and the rule of law in the country. Avoid delays in the execution of your duties. Do not be complicit in the constant request by parties and counsel for adjournments of their cases. Adjournments have to be justified. Adjournments have to be justified, and if they are not justified, you should proceed with your case.
The Honorable Chief Justice, who also serves as the chairman of the General Legal Council, reminded the new magistrates of the importance of maintaining their integrity and being honest in the execution of their duties.
Competence we believe you have, diligence at your work, be at work on time, do your task as you should, but above all, be honest in the execution of your duties. We have every confidence about your integrity, and you should maintain that level of integrity that you have at the moment. Honesty and integrity is really the most important characteristic of every judicial officer. Every person, but more so of a judicial officer who is called upon to decide disputes between people. You must do so justly and fairly, and honestly, and reasonably quickly. And we hope, we are confident that you'll be able to do that. Those are three important things you need to pay attention to throughout your career. Continue to be studious in your search for knowledge of the law, be diligent in the execution of your duties, and execute your duties with the highest standards of professionalism, honesty, and integrity. And then, if you do so, of course, you'll earn the respect of litigants and community, even litigants who have lost their cases. If they know that you've done so fairly and honestly, they come to respect you, and the community comes to respect you. And that respect has its rewards.
Speaking on behalf of her colleagues, Michelle Mendy assured the Chief Justice of their dedication to meeting the expectations placed upon them.
We would like to extend our deepest gratitude to the Judiciary of the Gambia, the Judicial Service Commission, and the government of the Gambia for entrusting us with this significant responsibility. With a solid foundation in law, a commitment to justice, and a dedication to uphold the rule of law, we are confident that we will ensure that due process is followed. We pledge to make well-informed decisions based on the law and the evidence presented in the courts. Furthermore, we are committed to making a positive impact in the judiciary by utilizing our motivation, dedication, and skills acquired from our experience in private practice. We are eager to contribute significantly to the legal system and uphold the principle of justice.
These appointments are part of the judiciary's broader reform efforts aimed at increasing the number of Gambians within the country's justice delivery system. Next week, the judiciary is set to swear in 3 High Court judges whose appointments were approved by the President of the Gambia 2 weeks ago. Reporting for Kerfatu, I am Landin Cisse.